What is up, everybody? This is Atticus the Death Miller. Before we get down to the topic at hand here, just want to give a little update on my little GoFundMe campaign for my senior project. We're a little bit behind on rewriting the script, getting casting calls in, and money-wise, which is why we are moving the shooting dates from early December. So donations are still going to go up, don't worry. And I know a lot of you people are going to say, oh, you're going to be asking for more money, Atticus the Death Miller. Well, trying to make a film is pretty complicated. When you get things all rushed up, it costs a lot of, complications. So we had to move the dates back to early December. So donations are still going to go on, and any donation, as I said in a bunch of my videos, any donation is acceptable. So go right ahead. The link to my GoFundMe campaign is down in the description below. I am done rambling, and let us get down to the topic at hand here. As we all know, winter is indeed coming.
I know this is hard for you, but winter is coming.
No, Jon Snow, not the White Walkers are going to destroy the world. Winter is coming. I'm talking about, the holidays winter. You
know nothing, Jon Snow.
Why, thank you, Ygritte. Thank you. You saucy wildling minx, you. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit off topic here. As we all know, the holidays are going to come up right away, and right then and there, people are all of a sudden talking about Christmas and the holidays and all this other shit. And it gives an opportunity from raging conservatives like Bill O'Reilly to go on with this whole war on Christmas, which apparently, when we say happy holidays, it's to the crazy radical conservatives, you're excluding Christmas out of December, which in fact, you're not excluding Christmas out. It's just a lot of holidays are around in December, like Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Christmas. I mean, Hanukkah was there way before Christmas has happened, but I will get to it later into this video. But Starbucks decided to change its cups for the holidays from not Christmassy spirit, reindeers, snowmen, and Christmas ornaments and Santa Claus. They went around making plain red cups. And none other than the morbidly obese, bigoted version of Fred Durst. And I know, I promise not to make a video on him, but I'm a known promise breaker. But apparently, Joshua Feuerstein got his jimmies rustled so much, he decided to take out his iPhone and make a video about it. So, it is round 2 on Joshua Feuerstein.
What's up, Josh Feuerstein here. I think in the age of political correctness, we become so open-minded, our brains have literally fallen out of our head.
Yes, I do agree. I have made plenty of videos on how horribly dangerous political correctness is. But it does not give you an excuse to act like a fucking bigot. Okay?
Do you realize that Starbucks wanted to take Christ and Christmas off of their brand new cups?
Oh! The horror! The absolute horror! Oh! My Christian oppression! My Christian oppression! My Christian oppression! Do you realize that, Christians could go on to other important issues as in poverty, homelessness, feeding the poor, and the fact that Christians in other countries like Eritrea, Pakistan, Iran, and North Korea are oppressed even more than Christians are in America. Do you realize that? But no, they want to go after trivialized bullshit as in disposable cups.
That's why they're just plain red. In fact, do you realize that Starbucks isn't allowed to say Merry Christmas to customers?
Well, because happy holidays. There's holidays like Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, and Krampus. Yes, there is a alternative version to Christmas, which is actually Krampus, that if you are actually naughty, you will have crazy snow demons attack your little kids. And also, not to mention, isn't it true that Christmas took in a lot of influences and traditions that pagans usually bring out? For instance, the snowman and the fucking Christmas tree and ornaments and all this other, known Christmas traditions, and corporatism, have made Christmas, one of the most iconic holidays out there. Christmas isn't really a Christian holiday. You do realize that. It's just that the Catholics took it from the Roman holiday of Saturnalia.
Well, I decided instead of simply boycotting, well, why don't we just start a movement? So when I went in and I asked for my coffee, they asked for my name, and I told them my name is Merry Christmas. So guess what? Starbucks, I tricked you.
Just hold on a second. Joshua Feuerstein, you happen to be an absolute fucking moron. At least Donald Trump had the audacity and the fucking balls to say, let's boycott Starbucks. You've said plenty of stupid shit, Joshua Feuerstein, but this is just like one of the top 10 of all stupid shit you've ever said. You're not... If you want to take down a certain company, you should boycott it. But no, you're actually giving Starbucks, which is a multi-billion-dollar franchise, more money here. You're not destroying Starbucks. You're actually enabling Starbucks to make more money for its franchise. Jesus fucking Christ, you are stupid. Also, not to mention, I went to Starbucks today, and I did the same thing that you did, only I didn't say Merry Christmas, Starbucks. I put in, Hail Satan, Starbucks.
Into putting Merry Christmas on your cup. And I'm challenging all great Americans and Christians around this great nation, go into Starbucks and take your own coffee selfie. And then I challenge you to not only share this video so that the word gets out, but let's start a movement. And let's call it, hashtag Merry Christmas Starbucks. And I know that by sharing this video and getting other Christians to do it, well, I guarantee that we can make this go around the world.
The fact that this stuff that is going around in this country, the fact of the matter is that these Christians, instead of just actually helping the poor, the sick, and the needy, and to spread more awareness that other Christians in other countries are oppressed, and they're going on to this trivialized bullshit that their televangelists and preachers constantly shove down their throats, indoctrinate them, it's just absolutely saddening. And they go around playing and no wonder they always bring out the victim card out there. It's because of people that they know that all of you Christians shouldn't be taken seriously. That's why a lot of people are onto your asses.
And Starbucks, guess what? Just to offend you, I made sure to wear my Jesus Christ shirt into your store.
Just to offend you, Joshua Feuerstein, I'm wearing my Suicidal Tendencies shirt with Charlie Manson on it. Just to rustle your jimmies.
And since you hate the Second Amendment, I even carried my gun. Yikes.
I could care less over you owning a concealed carry license, Joshua Feuerstein. The fact of the matter is that you're going around, strutting around like, oh, you hate the Second Amendment. I got my gun here. You're making law-abiding gun owners look bad, you fucking asshole.
Anyways, guys, please take a moment. Choose to not be politically correct. Just correct.
If you thought that this was the end of it all, he actually made a second video on this whole mindfuckery. And oh my god, just be ready for this.
Hey, America, well, while I have your attention and you're sitting there defending Starbucks while sipping coffee from your Christmasless red cups, let me explain to you exactly why Starbucks coffee is so bitter and why it's overpriced.
Really? Because when I bought my Starbucks coffee, it was actually $3.95, so it's not really that expensive. Hail Satan!
That bitter taste? Well, it's a tiny, tasteful touch of abortion.
Abortion. Really? Abortion. What are you talking about here?
Why is it so expensive? Well, they need your money to support Planned Parenthood and the genocide of millions of innocent little babies.
Where's your facts? Where's your evidence, Joshua Feuerstein? Because apparently I looked over the internet and there's no facts whatsoever to prove to your statement that Starbucks is funding Planned Parenthood. Not to mention that Planned Parenthood isn't always about abortion. It actually helps people on sex education as well.
Now, it's funny because Christians run to the defense of Starbucks, and yet it is that Starbucks stands directly against pretty much everything that Jesus stood for. But then again, Christians today aren't worried about pleasing Jesus.
Worried about pleasing Jesus than being politically correct. Pleasing Jesus. Pleasing Jesus. It reminded me of something on the Bible, the New Testament, in which Jesus said in Matthew 10:34. Now, let's read Matthew 10:34 now, shall we? Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. He that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth me is not worthy of me. So by that logic, on pleasing Jesus, with that logic right there, Jesus is pretty much telling you, the Christian, love me more than your family. I'm sorry, but that's something that a dick would say to me. That is something, like, think about it for a second. Jesus is saying, love me, or else I will condemn you to eternal damnation. That's a pretty douchebag thing to say. And I know a lot of you people are going to get really upset over me over this. But the fact of the matter is that Azog the Defiler, Balrog, Benjamin Netanyahu, Caligula, Darth Vader, Elizabeth Bathory, George W. Bush, Hitler, Idi Amin, Joffrey Baratheon, John Wayne Gacy, Slobodan Milosevic, Mr. Krabs, Nero, Pol Pot, Ramsay Bolton, Saddam Hussein, Sauron, Stalin, Ted Bundy, the Joker, the White Walkers, Thomas D. Torquemada, Vlad Tepes, and Christopher Columbus would be saints compared to Jesus Christ. Because if that logic is actually true, then pretty much Jesus has condemned millions of his followers to eternal hellfire. You know what I gotta say that? If Jesus really thinks about this, fuck you, Jesus. Because I love my family more than a Palestinian carpenter that lived 2,000 years before I was born. And I find that disgusting. Jesus is a scumfuck. I'm sorry. That is why I became an atheist, because of this right here.
10 years of hope have passed. You felt alone and picked your life a little differently. And people say that life has just begun.
about being politically correct, but let me explain to you exactly what political correctness gets you. How about a $250,000 fine and jail time for destroying an eagle egg, but an unborn human life? Not so much a big deal.
What does political correctness have to do with destroying an eagle's nest? And the bald eagles are considered an endangered species, which is why they are protected. There are 7 billion people in the world, so I'm sorry, but in places like China, abortion is actually necessary to control the population. If we condemned all of abortion, you would have the populations booming out of proportion. Forests would cut down, species would be demolished, world hunger would escalate, you would have poverty at an alarming rate, and you would have people doing unsafe abortions. And that is what you want. Is that what you want, Joshua Feuerstein? Is this what you really want here? Because apparently this is what you want.
So Starbucks, I'm glad that you're distancing yourself from Christmas and anything Christ, because you're nothing alike. You see, Jesus Christ, he fashioned those beautiful babies in the womb.
He also said, love me more than your family, or else I'm punishing you with eternal damnation.
Well, your customers' money, you use it to pull them out, pull them apart, and sell them to the highest bidder.
I could give two fucking shits less. I am pro-choice. I support a woman's goddamned right to have an abortion because a woman has that right. I don't. There's that. If you are gonna get your jimmies rustled over this, that's fine. But don't like abortion? Don't get one. So stop forcing your pro-life beliefs over people who need those abortions.
So, hey Christians, hope you have fun drinking your abortion coffee. Well, until next time, let's see if Christians have enough testicular fortitude, have enough hair on their chest to share this video.
What can I say? What could I fucking say? This guy's a fucking douchebag. Like, for real, he is a fucking douchebag. Joshua Feuerstein, I have nothing else to say. And for that, hail Satan! Without further ado, I am Atticus the Death Metaler. Hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Links are in the description below. Keep it metal. Have a wonderful day.